6th grade Excel, lesson 129, converting fractions to percents. This is kind of a repeat of what we did before, and actually it's what I showed you a little taste of on the lesson 2 lessons ago. You guys remember that way back 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, any fraction can be written as a division problem. Convert each of the following fractions to a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth, then convert the decimal to a percent. So here we have the fraction 1/8. Now, what we were saying before is to change that to 100 to change it to a percent, but you can't multiply 8 by something to get 100. It doesn't go in evenly. So what they're going to do is do what we did on the last lesson, which is changing this into a decimal and doing it as a division problem. So 1, remember the pants go on the bottom. So 1 divided by 8, 0.125 is what you get, and that rounds to 0.13. Notice the answer is approximately equal to 0.13, and because we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, make sure you read the directions when you're doing these. 0.13 is equal to 13 hundredths. That's equal to 13%. That's what they're showing you right here, is how to change that into a percent, which you guys know all you have to do is move the decimal point over 2 spots. You've been doing those forever, so it should be pretty easy. All right, here are a couple more problems. Go ahead and do these along with me. 2/3, what is that as a percent? We're doing 3 into 2, 2.000. So 3 goes into 20. How many times? 6. 6 times 3 is?
18.
Leftover of?
2.
3 goes into 20.
2.
6 times. Leftover of?
2.
2. Write this on your paper. Make sure you're keeping up with me at home there. 3 goes into 20. How many times?
6.
6. So we're going to round this off. Remember the nearest hundredths place. So what does this round to as the nearest hundredth?
0.67.
7. And what's that equal to as a percent?
67%.
67%. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and try number 3 on your own. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. All right, they already showed you how to set this up as a division problem. So 3 divided by 7. No, you can't do that. Help me out. 30 divided by 7 is?
4.
Good. 4 times 7?
20.
Leftover of?
2.
7 goes into 20. How many times?
2.
That's 14, right? Leftover of?
Wait, why'd you put 4? That's wrong. It should be.
I'm glad you guys caught that. I was just testing you.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, 2. 2 times 7 is?
14.
Leftover of?
6.
7 goes into 60. 8. Now at this point, if you know for sure it goes in 8 times, you don't have to worry about figuring out what the leftover is. I just need this number so I can know what to do with the 2. The 8 isn't even that important, right? Because we're going to throw the 8 out anyway. So this rounds to what? 0.43, which is equal to what percent?
43%.
43%. Beautiful. All right, here are some more problems. Look at, they even give you the division. That makes it so easy. You're going to round to the nearest thousandth on these. Watch out, the nearest thousandth, which means we have to divide to what place?
To the thousandth place.
If we're going to round to the thousandths, we have to divide to the 10 thousandths. Good. So 9 goes in. Oh, pause the video, do 4, 5, and 6. Turn it back on when you're ready for the answers. Okay, 9 goes into 50. How many times?
5.
9 times 5 is?
45.
What do you have left over?
5.
9 goes into 50. How many times?
5.
Do we see a repeating pattern here?
Yes.
And so we're going to get 5, 5, 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. 0.5555. We have to round it to the nearest thousandth place. So the answer is 0.556.
6.
What's that one going to round to?
6.
6. And what's that equal to as a percent?
55.6%.
Good. 55.6%. We move the decimal over 2 spots to change it into a percent. All right, if you missed that first one, you might want to go back and look at 5 and 6 and make sure you're doing them right before you watch the answers on the video. Let's put the decimal point up here. And 6 goes into 50. How many times?
6 goes in 8. 8, yeah.
8. 8 times 6 is?
48.
Carry the, or bring, okay, we're bringing the 2 over. 6 goes into 20, how many times?
3.
6 times 3 is?
18.
What do we have left over?
2.
6 goes into 20?
3.
3, left over. 2, 6 goes into 20. You see that we have a repeating decimal there, okay? So let's round this to the nearest thousandths place. 0.8, help me out. 3, 3, good, not 4. That 3 over here to the right tells the 3 to stay the same. What's that equal to in a percent? 83.3%. All right, last one. 8 into 30. How many times?
4. Yeah. 3.
3. 8 times 4 is 32, so that won't work, right? 8 times 3 is 24, so what's the leftover?
6.
6. 8 into 60, how many times?
7.
7 times 8 is?
56.
So you have a leftover of?
4.
Good. 8 into 40, how many times?
5.
Oh, and we don't even have to go to the next one because that actually stops right there, right? So 0.375, which is equal to what percent?
37.5%.
Okay, before we move on, let's think about why these answers make sense. If you have 5 out of 9, that's almost 5 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 would be what as a decimal?
It would be 10 would be
0.5.
Yeah.
0.5. But this one's 0.556. See, it's a little bit more than 0.5. So that makes sense that that answer would be what it is. How about 5/6? 5/6 is almost the whole thing. And you have 83%. That's almost the whole thing. That's, pretty close to 100%. Here we have 3/8. 4/8 is a half. A half is what percent?
50%.
50%. This is a little bit less than 50%. And look at the answer, 37%, which is a little bit less than 50%. So all of these make sense. All right, thank you for watching.